Hey VC, JG Yokohama Jeff. Just gonna try a different perspective today. This is like my little desk nook. We'll see how audio and the video comes out. Yeah, my knee's been a little bad, so I thought I'd just try sitting at my desk today. But I think the perspective might actually work, so we'll give it a try. I know the lighting's always terrible in this room, so I don't know. I'm just gonna give it a try. I don't have any pictures up on the wall yet, so audio is going to be kind of wonky. Anyway, this is my entry for Blind Island's new contest. What is he calling it? I think Personal Oasis. Yep, Personal Oasis. So he's kind of new to the VC. He's been posting a lot of really good stuff lately. Uh, I believe he said he works at a record store or something, but yeah, he's been showing a really eclectic mix and some really deep cuts. And yeah, I've been really enjoying his channel since he started. I think I've seen most of his videos. I think there's a couple I need to go back for, but he's been posting a lot lately. I guess he's got a lot of time off, like a lot of people. Unfortunately, me, I'm picking up a lot of overtime. Well, I guess good and bad. I'm picking up a lot of overtime, so it's helping pay the bills with the new house. But yeah, this whole thing's not been good for me. Wife and kid are very much stuck overseas right now, and will be for the foreseeable future. So yeah. Well, anyway, let's get to our personal oasis. So the rules, of course, where you have to be a subscriber, check. Share the video, will be check. And the next one was to pick 10 albums that I guess bring you joy. Let me see. Yep, that bring you joy, and pick out of those 10, pick 3 randomly that you can talk about. Yeah, well, I guess all 10 you should be able to talk about. So I think I grabbed slightly more than 10. I don't know. Probably right around 10 or at least 10, 15. I don't know. So I've got a big stack here. So just mix those up a bit. And I'm going to pop these on the floor and grab a few. And I'll talk about those, and hopefully I won't forget the other questions here. Here. Don't know what I'm picking. All right. Okay. I just showed this recently. Okay. Space Streakings. I believe this is self-titled or seven toku. Or nana toku, I guess would be called. So Space Streakings. I was a big fan of these guys back in the day. They had, I think, I want to say two albums they released as themselves, and then they had some collaborative albums as well. So still in the train. It's going to be shiny no matter what I do. This is on Skin Graft Records. I think I mentioned that before. So it's a great album, or great record label. They do a lot of kind of more experimental, far out there kind of bands. I don't know, but it's somewhere in that post-punk genre. A little bit of a kind of a lot of times their bands have a little bit of more of a noise thing going on. So this one, so supposedly I went into this just a week or two ago, but yeah, supposedly these guys were all like Nintendo programmers or something. So I saw these guys on maybe I think twice. Yeah, I think they did 2 or 3 U.S. tours. I saw them on 2 of them. I think both times they played. This was right after 930 Club in Washington, D.C. had moved, I believe, or maybe a few years after. So they had set up like a space in the basement for the more out there bands that they just basically couldn't get enough people to fill the regular 930 Club up with. So yeah, 930 Club. The original, yeah, it's mostly known for the punk bands and all that, I guess, back in the day. His neighborhood was not the greatest, so they moved to a slightly better neighborhood, but it was not even that good back then. I just remember getting hit up by a lot of scammers going in there all the time, and yeah, you always had to watch your car. But yeah, I saw these guys a lot of times in high school. Me and my friends were big fans of these guys. I remember, yeah, they just wear these crazy outfits. I never noticed there's some nudity on the cover. Ooh. Don't think they have. Too bad. There's no. Is there pictures in here? Oh, there might be. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're yeah. So I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, yeah, they're pretty far out there. So yeah, I remember the guy in that just little tiny room, about the size of this, like a little bit big, maybe twice the size of this, maybe. It still was a really tiny venue. So these guys would go nuts. I believe one of the tours saw them with Mount Shasta, and then they released an album together. They're both skin graphic artists. But yeah, the guys, yeah, supposedly former Nintendo programmers, so they used a lot of electronics and whatever, and homemade instruments, and a lot of screaming and jumping, and they'd run through the audience with gigantic backpacks that were basically air horns. And, have a scuba tank connected to an air horn, stuff like that. And it was just nuts. But this kind of it was one of those ones that kind of cemented my love of Japanese kind of punk and craziness. So, oops, sign out there. I guess I did not put that in there very well. Yeah, so this is one of those bands that made me want to go to Japan. So yeah, I guess at the time I was kind of, this was like 20 years ago. I was kind of into Japanese anime and animation a little bit, way before the curve. And I don't know, I kind of grew out of it once I moved there. It just got boring. But yeah, the love for the Japanese music stayed. I I think I went a little more on the garage end of things, and yeah, I have some of that stuff in the pile, so maybe you'll see some of that. But yeah, these guys, I don't know. I'm not sure they aged like super well, but it's a fun album. The stuff they put out on CD, I think, is slightly better. But actually, I still have that too. But yeah, I should have grabbed that. But yeah, I didn't know I was going to pick this. Anyway, so Space Streakings and what was that? Oh, I forget. Yeah, I can't remember. They did have another project with Mount Shasta, which is also really great band live. I think they suffered a little bit on their albums, but yeah, these guys are definitely a really good live band. Like, that's yeah, great stuff. Anyway, continuing. Oh, that was a big chunk of my high school and college years, I think. So going for next albums, I'm going to randomize these a little bit again, so I have no clue what's down here. I grab something. Oh, okay. I think I've shown this in the past. I don't know. As music, I'd say, yeah, but yeah, John Williams. But I guess the big thing with this was, yeah, this was a big movie from my childhood. I think it was the last movie. I used to always go over to my grandparents' house on the weekends, so my parents could have a break, I guess. So we hit the arcades a lot and the movies. I want to say this was the last movie I ever saw with my grandmother. So it definitely has a lot of emotional weight to me beyond the movie itself. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I still have a hard time watching this movie, but it's also my wife's favorite movie. So yeah, this is definitely a special movie for me. Uh, and my kid hasn't watched this yet because she's a little on the young side. My wife really wants to show it to her ever since she turned like 2. That movie's a lot scarier than you remember. I think it freaked me out even when I was like a first grade or second grade or whenever this came out. Um, but yeah, yeah, it's John Williams, so it's solid, but it's very yeah, it's a memorable soundtrack. I don't know if I've even spun this since I bought it. So I picked this up while I was in Japan. It maybe $5. I think it's missing one of the inserts, unfortunately, but it's got one of the inserts and not the other, or the discogs is wrong. So I think a lot of people. I've seen this with other Japanese soundtracks. Like sometimes there's like an extra booklet, but I think the booklet actually maybe came from the movie and people just stuck it in the album cover. But I don't know. So I'm not sure if this is complete or not, to be honest. But yeah, it's really solid. Yeah, just nice John Williams score. But for me, it's just more of an emotional thing. Just memories of, I don't know. Pretty much my whole stack here is stuff I have really strong memories of. So it's more the movie than the soundtrack for me. I never owned the soundtrack until last year or so. But yeah, the movie does hold a lot of weight. And yeah, I look forward to sharing this movie with my kid whenever she gets back to the States. because yeah, stupid administration, they just froze all the visa applicants, so my wife is now stuck over in Japan indefinitely. Yay! So yeah, not too happy about what's going on now. Yeah, maybe it's for the safest. I think they're handling it a little bit better in Japan than they are in the States. All right. Let's see. Pick another one. Pick another one. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So Iggy Pop, American Caesar. So this I think was the. This is not my original copy. I originally had this on CD, but this I want to say was my first Iggy Pop album I bought. It must have come out like 92 ish, 93. Yeah, yeah. This is the I think the second pressing. Probably not the good pressing. I when I read up on it, but yeah, you don't see this. Got really lucky when I found this in digging in Japan randomly. I was like, oh, I'm not leaving this behind. So yeah, it's not his best album, but it's actually one of his better albums. So American Caesar, got Wild America, Mixing Colors, I think It's Our Love, Effin' Alone. I don't think it's called. Okay. Um, Boogie Boys, quite good. Yeah, Social Life, Louie Louie. His version of Louie Louie is a little more political. And of course, yeah, Caesar. So yeah, Iggy Pop, a bit of a history buff. He's a pretty smart guy. Went to school for I think he studied something like blues or something along those lines, which seems a little bit unusual for the '60s. But yeah, I believe he was a music major. I believe he studied blues. So a bit of a musician on his own. So of course, what went on with the Stooges and his solo career got a big boost from Iggy Pop. He got a big boost from David Bowie, of course. Everyone knows that story. This one, yeah, this was kind of like a comeback album. It was around the time. I can't remember if this came out before or after Trainspotting. I want to say it came out right before Trainspotting, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so this was a bit of a comeback album for him. It's crazily enough, I've never seen him. I think when I was in like high school, university, I was a little picky about what shows I want. I was very anti major label at the time, so I very rarely bought major label releases. I made exceptions in some cases, like this guy. I was mostly buying indie stuff. Yeah, I think I was reading a little too much Maximum Rock and Roll and stuff like along those lines at the time. So I was very much into like obscure bands and whatever. Yeah, not something I kind of grew out of, but I missed out on a lot of great stuff. Like I missed out on Ramones and I missed out on Iggy Pop just because I didn't want to throw money at the major labels and I was trying to support all the little indie artists. But again, I did see a lot of great bands, and I was going seeing music, especially in college. I'd go like 2 3 times a week. I was right in the middle and walking distance within 5 minutes of like 3 or 4 punk bars. So I'd see a lot of bands. This was unfortunately Iggy was a bit big at the time, and so I just never saw him. I still haven't because he never toured in Japan, and I've been in Japan most of these years, last 20 years, or Hawaii, either place he goes to. So I'm really hoping I get a chance to see him while I can. But yeah, definitely, probably my favorite artist ever is Iggy Pop. So American Caesar, and yeah, this was 93. I want to. It's one of the Bushes, so he gets a little political on this one, but yeah, it's a solid album, and yeah, definitely pick this up if you see it. I can't speak to the pressing quality on this. I think the first pressing was a little bit better, but I think when this came out, it maybe came out only on CD in the States. But yeah, this is a 2014 pressing, and I think it wasn't even pressed on vinyl in '93 at all. I don't think they released on vinyl for about 10 years. But yeah, Yeah, great album. Love Iggy Pop. Love Stooges. Two of my favorite bands or artists. Okay, so that takes care of that. So next was our favorite drink. Favorite drink would probably be beer, but as I get older, I try to be a little healthier. So trying to cut out a lot of sodas and beers and things like that. I drink a beer on occasion. Maybe I'll break one out a little bit later because I'm going to shoot another video. So today it's flavored seltzer water like everyone else. So that's what I drink most of the time when I'm sitting in the room listening to stuff. If it's cold, I might have some hot tea, or if it's the morning, I'll have a big mug of coffee down here. Yeah, but yeah, if I'm kicking loose, it's the weekend, and maybe I'm having a meat stick and a beer, or some trail mix or something. Yeah, just trying to get a little healthier these days. Anyway, I guess those meat sticks are not very healthy. Next, we had to give a shout out. Blind Island. I've never mentioned you on my channels because you're fairly new to the VC, but that's kind of I don't think that's what you were quite going for there. But somebody who's been commenting on my videos lately, and I've been checking out his channel. He just started shooting videos in the last month, I believe. But Sean Siciliano, so he's been showing a lot of artists that you don't normally see. Stuff maybe I used to listen to a lot in like maybe 20 years ago. A lot of noise artists. So yeah, if you want something different that nobody else is showing, this guy's it. So Sean Siciliano, like Sicily with an ano on it, I believe. So Sean Siciliano, yep. Thank you for watching my channel. And check it out if you want to see something different. So congratulations, Blind Island, on all your subscribers. I think you've already hit 100. I think I'm actually pretty close there myself. I haven't really been looking, honestly. Good luck with your channel. I know it's going to grow really fast because you've been showing some great stuff. I always look forward to your videos because, usually you throw in a few things I don't know, which these days on the VC is not that common. It's like everyone tends to show the same things over and over. Big coffee drinker. So, so maybe looking forward to the coffee if I should win. Yeah. So I think you said your wife has a coffee shop, or your both of you have a coffee shop. I don't know. That sounds awesome. Anyway, cheers. Catch you guys later on the flip side or wherever you say that. I'll try to shoot a video a little bit later, the usual stack. Have a good one and hang in there, guys. It's getting crazy out there.